So at some point, it will be painful seeing people who started with, doing well, and when they ask
like you're falling behind.
it was very painful when they will ask you what's happening, and that time maybe you find you're still struggling with like maybe a second year module. I've seen there's a gap within South Africa in terms of training of internal auditors, which I see that we are not at the same level where public sector is doing their thing, private sector is doing their thing. There's no uniform way of assessing young internal auditors or entry level. I can say with the future, I love that now that most organizations, they are trying to invest in technology to introduce, because some of organizations they're still manual, but they are trying now to at least now to get audit softwares to now move from doing the work manually. Now you do everything on the system.
Hello and welcome to INbrief, a podcast by the Institute of Internal Auditors where we share insights, ideas, and real stories from the heart of the internal audit profession. In celebration of Youth Month, today's episode is all about the future of the internal audit profession. I'm joined by someone who's already making waves in the industry. He is IIA SA 2024 Young Internal Auditor of the Year, a master's candidate, and currently serves as the Group Junior Internal Auditor at PRASA. Tshifhiwa Thavhanyedza, welcome to the podcast.
No, thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Maybe let's start by tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, how you got into auditing, just your humble beginnings.
Okay. My name is Tshifhiwa Thavhanyedza. I'm born and bred from the Limpopo province in Bembe district, which most people know that side as Thohoyandou, under Thulamela municipality, in a village called Chandama. That's where I grew, but I also grew up on the other side from my mother's side, which is called Zimauri, Arambuda. That's where I also grew. I grew up in the both sides, my mom's side and also from my dad's side. That's where I was raised by my grandmothers from both sides of the families. So I can say in terms of growing up, it was quite interesting because of I grew up with people from both mom and dad side, where I got to learn much in terms of engaging with other people as kids, because we were growing up in an environment where there's a lot of kids at home, which now it makes you to be able to live with other people well. Yeah, and in terms of school, I started my school it's called Vision Independent Combined School, which it's found in that area which I stay at in a small town which is called Chiramba. So that's our small town. If you're not going to Thohoyandou, where people get many things around there. So that's the primary school. It's found there. And when it comes to the high school, I went to Tengwe High School. It's at my village, that one. It's one of the big schools in the country in terms of top performing schools. So it's normally mostly one of the top schools nationally and also provincially. So that's where I did my high school there, where I started on the science stream, where I failed grade 10 there. So so when I failed grade 10, that's when I decided, no,
You
science.
change it.
Yeah, because I was struggling a lot with life science. So that's when I thought, no, let me try find something. But I loved science, because growing up, I've been someone who's passionate about computers. So, but I didn't want to let away science. So when I was changing the streams from that full science stream, that's when I incorporated. It's called computer application technology. In summary, it's called CAT. So I don't know now if it's still there. So that's when I did it in grade 10. Then I added accounting inside that time. So I continued with it up until grade 11. That's when grade 11 they told us to let away the subject because of they didn't have teachers going forward which can be able to teach that's when
subject.
the subject. So that's why I went through with the commercial stream, where now I had to now put economics in replacement of computer application technology. But I still have that love and passion for not really science but computer science.
Oh, okay.
I loved computers from at a very young age. That's why when I added the subject, I wanted to learn more about computer. And I did that year. I did very well, which I was one of the top learner in that subject of computer application technology. Yeah.
And then after high school,
After high school, yeah.
did you get a bursary or you
No, not
got
really.
really great marks?
No, not really. So what really transpired, because when I was doing grade 12, I only applied at 3 universities because I knew what I wanted to do. So it was at TUT.
What did you want to do?
I loved computer science.
Oh, you wanted to do computer science.
Yes. But then, because they told me, no, I must at least have other options in case if you don't make it to computer science. So at UP, computer science, it was my first choice. Then second choice, it was become economics at UP. And then TUT, because it was variety, you can choose up until more than 5 options. Where I had chemical engineering, I also had computer science, I also had accounting. So the other ones I forgot, but I ended up on the Faculty of Economics and Finance at TUT, because UP, they rejected me because I didn't have a 60 in physical science.
Oh, okay.
Because of their requirement is that you must have a 60 to get in computer science.
Oh, okay. And then where does auditing come in?
So now auditing, what happens with auditing? It's very interesting because there's these 2 ladies. I'm very close to them. They are my sisters. The first one is Pano Musecho and also Takani Mukuba. They're both in the other one. Takani now she's moved to forensic audit. She was within internal audit. She moved to forensic, and then Pano also she started within internal auditing. She's on IT audit now. So they're the 2 ladies who really gave me in terms of information about internal auditing was when I was in high school. So back then when universities were still manual, they're the ones who used to give me information about TUT. You must come to TUT. So they're the one who really pushed me to come to TUT. And then when I went there, because how things were structured at TUT was like you don't just get straight to internal auditing, but you start when it was a 2-year program, which is called National Higher Certificate in Accounting, where that 2 years you do accounting related things, where auditing is there, but it's not your major your major modules, because of it's a combination of different things. Where now when you are done, you need to choose which stream you're gonna go the accounting route, you're gonna go your cost accounting or your internal auditing. So that is where when you get your 3rd year, you now choose which kind of a diploma you want to go to. That's why I've went and now choose internal auditing, because I looked at things which I was not good at, especially like your cost accounting. I struggled with those ones because of it's too technical. So now I thought, no, I can rather with theory I don't have a problem. I can study and understand it. So that's why I went to internal auditing and did my diploma there. So even on diploma, I had some challenges because of along the way. I think when I was doing my second year, so my grandmother passed away from my mother's side. So we're very close a lot because of I grew up a lot on the other side. So when she passed away, it became like something which was very difficult for me, which when I was doing second year, the second semester of it, I didn't pass anything because of like it was too difficult
It
to
was challenging.
to adjust to accept because we used to talk a lot so even when I heard the news, it took time to sink inside. When I just feel like maybe she will reach out, she will call. So that's when when I got to third year in 2015, now I was excluded academically. Then I lost the bursary, NFSAs. At res also I lost res. So it means now like
We have to find finances.
it was you had to find finances now.
Ish.
So it was a bit difficult because of now it means now the parents have to step in now.
They have to step.
So my dad was the one was very difficult about we couldn't understand what was transpiring because there was a lot of issues which were happening because both they've separated and there was still some tension and you're still also trying to adjust again from this separation between these two of which it was very, very difficult because now I needed to get back to the system and getting back it was difficult because of now they don't just let you inside back so you must prove why you need to get in back of which there was this other guy from TUT from the Directorate of Student Governance and Leadership Development called Lebogang Mogale. So this person is the one who I used to be part of their programs there. So I reached out to him because I was struggling. I needed like someone to talk to. So that is when I went to his office when we were just two of us. Then when I was venting out, so because he's not a qualified like someone who is a psychologist, but he's good too. He's very good in terms of listening to talk to someone. But what he said, okay, the help which you need, it's above what I do. So mine is just about student development. So the best what we can do, let's take you to the other unit where there's a unit activity which it's called Directorate of Student Support Service, where they support students with anything related to their mental, emotional, everything. So where there's psychologists there. So that's when even the guys who help with academics so that you can be able to plan your academics well. So everything which you can need help of in that office, you got it. You get it there. So that's where we went there. We scheduled an appointment with this other lady called Dr. Refilo Sichedis. She's the one who I can say she was very patient with me because she was saying, okay, there's a lot which is happening. There's academics on the side and you have to come back again to the system and you have to pull up yourself. So we tried. I remember I managed to appeal. I got in back to the system, but then that year, I think I was doing 8 modules. I passed 3.
Sure. It was bad.
It was very bad. That's how bad the situation when it was. Because of like one thing I can say, my mom she was very supportive. Because she's one person who like she believed in education and she said she can do whatever she can to make sure that her kids go to school. She can, if it means her being broke, she can sacrifice anything so that we go to school. So that's one of the sacrifices. She's like, I'll do whatever I can to make sure. As I know your situation. We are struggling, but with my dad, you won't understand. Doesn't stay with you. But where now I can be, I see you when how everything is it's
affecting you.
So that one you won't understand because of it doesn't stay with you. So you look at you as someone who is lazy. But can't understand or no, there's bigger issues which like you are trying to solve, or no, at least everything it goes away, and also you also win academically also. So I can say with the sessions I used to do with that lady, like they helped a lot. They helped because of, although I think the way I started to see progress in 2020, so that's when where you'll find maybe I've registered, let's say maybe 10 modules, I can pass like almost 7.
Oh, okay.
And that's when like
So there was progress.
there was progress. But along from 2015 up until 2020, I was quite good. I was getting excluded still inside the whole process. So I think the total exclusions which I got, it's 4. I was excluded academically 4 times.
Sure.
And also placed under probation again by the Department of Auditing within this the space. You'll find if you are repeating a module more than 3 times, so sometimes they'll put you in a grace period, which is the probation, and they tell you, no, you must go and do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 with that unit which I was at, the one which is the support services one. So if you are not completing the activities with them, they go back and report to the department, or no, you don't attend their meetings. So it means now if you don't pass, the high chances of getting accepted again, it becomes very slim. Because of they can't track your progress.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to complete? Is it
Diploma.
in total? How long? How many years? It's motivating someone out there, maybe who's struggling, just so they can see.
Because I can say, because that is a combination of 2 qualifications.
Yeah.
IIA certificate and a diploma. So because I did my first year in 2013, and then I completed the IIA certificate in 2018.
Okay.
So for me to add my 3rd year modules, I started to add, so that because you qualify, you don't just add.
Yeah.
One, you must pass 80%, which is like 18 or 17 modules for you to be able to add your diploma modules. So I started to add diploma modules in 2017.
Oh.
Then I finished diploma in 2020.
2020.
Because you're supposed to finish it in 1 year because it's 10 modules.
Yeah.
But I finished all those 10 modules in 3 years.
In 3 years.
Combined. So I can say diploma and the higher certificate, is it 8 or 9? From 2013 up until 2020. Somewhere there.
Yeah. 8 or 9.
Yeah. 8. Yeah. So I graduated my diploma in 2021. That time when there were harsh lockdown regulations. So I was so excited about graduating. People were excited. But the pitiest moment is we didn't graduate.
Oh yeah, because of the
We were
lockdown.
we were supposed to graduate. I remember we got SMSs a night before that. I think there were changes on those lockdown rules. That's when. So it was very painful. You see people's dad makeups and everything.
After all the struggle you've been through, and then when it's time to celebrate, did they do the TV thing where they show your names, or how did yours work?
It was on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah, so it means you just go and look for your name.
Your name. What?
So that's how painful it was. You look for your name there on YouTube when it's like on its live. So at least I planned a photo shoot. With that time with friends and family, so that at least there's a trace record of at least I know we celebrated something.
Yeah. So after all the struggles you went through to attain your qualification, what would you say has been your proudest moment so far?
It was not giving up in terms of what I wanted, because I loved the profession. But then looking at what I was going through, and looking also at like people I started with, they were very far, most of them. They were now they were done with trainees. They were now internal auditors and everything. So at some point it will be painful seeing people who started with, doing well, and when they ask
like you're falling behind.
So it was very painful when they will ask you how it's happening, and that time maybe you find you're still struggling with like maybe a second year module.
When are they finished? They should
already
be
done. They've already done. Because one of the people I've started with, they were that era of BTECs. Because I was I'm part of the new edition where now they introduced the advanced diplomas. So I'm part of this new edition. Because I can say I did the old syllabus on the diploma, and then when things were being phased out, we had to transition now from the old curriculum to the new curriculum. It was a bit challenging when we were transitioning as we did the old diploma to the new advanced, because of it's two different things. Because the global curriculum of IIA, it has changed. Because TOT, they do their stuff based on the global curriculum of the IIA. So it was difficult because of now they've introduced your work integrated learning, and we don't even understand. Because now you're doing things practically, or when they're now talking about working papers. Because back then you just read on the textbook, oh, there's a working paper. And now you need to complete the working paper. You need to do all those things. But it was very interesting. That's where now I started to love that those modules, because of now I'm seeing those things now. We're doing them practically because of it. It's giving you
to understand.
it gives you that exposure now. Oh, this is how things are done. Because I remember when we were doing the work integrated stuff, I talked to one of the lecturer, Miss Patricia Masetorno. Like, she gave us something which it's called portfolio of evidence. So I decided, okay, now I'll print mine. All right. I bought a file, I printed mine, I put it together nicely so that I can understand, okay, what is happening when we're at this phase. And this is what needs to be done, and I will file it properly. So which it was something which I've seen others, they didn't, like, when you love things. But for me, it was like, no, I need to understand these things properly when I get to the field.
Okay. Okay, that's great. So we're gonna play a game now. It's called Quick Fire. Just to lighten the mood a bit, and so the audience can just get to know you a bit more as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just give me one answer, choose which one. Just quick, the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Your dream job as a child?
In computer science. It was
Okay. First thing you do when you wake up?
TikTok.
The one thing that always makes you laugh?
It's when Chiefs lose.
Okay. The one app you can't live without?
TikTok.
A song that always puts you in a good mood?
Shandesh songs.
Oh, Shandesh. Okay, one thing about you most people don't know.
I talk too much and I'm very shy at the same time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. You talk too much, but you're also shy at the same time.
Yeah, no, once
It's a bit of both.
once I get comfortable, and that's when I easen up properly.
Okay. Right, that's great. So now we're gonna get into the heart of the discussion. I'm gonna ask you about your career, what it's like working. Well, the first one is like, what is it like working for a company like PRASA? A big organization, working as a junior internal auditor. Just let the people out there, people that are interested, just let them know what is that like.
Okay.
Your experience, basically.
I can say it is very interesting, because I started my trainee program at the railway safety regulator, which it regulates the environment which PRASA operate in. So for me, when I moved to PRASA, it was I can say a smooth move, because of I understand the environment already, because of I was on the regulation side of the profession, but while we're auditing that side. So now when I move to PRASA now, we are on the operator side, which is still the same things, but now we are enforcing compliance of it. Of which it was, for me, it got interesting because of now all those things which we were making sure that all these operators, your Gautrain, your Transnet, your PRASA, and other private companies, they comply with. So it was much interesting now that, okay, what I used to do on the side, which it was a bit of high level. Now when we are internally within the group internal audit, all those things now you get in detail of what those people submit now to make sure, no, indeed these people are doing what they're supposed to do, because you make them account to the regulations, to the act and everything, which it was very interesting because of when I arrived, they threw me to the operation side because they know that, okay, I'm from RSR and then it's the same environment. So which I loved it because of I know and understand what is done. They didn't need to teach me because of I already know what happens that side. Because even the manager which I work with, so she was so at first she was worried. So she's a worry, she worry a lot, and so she was not too sure if I will manage, because that environment is a highly regulated environment a lot, and the people who we deal with, it's people like your the GM of rail at PRASA, with people at high level at PRASA, and now you raise findings about these people. So now you need to discuss with them. Because I remember I raised some findings that time. Like one of the senior managers, they're not happy with me. They're not happy with me. I don't know why. Why are you putting this? Because now mostly when I do like, I read your environment and understand it. Or okay now when we apply our auditing things on, so I will make sure, okay, everything which you're supposed to do, and you comply, you tick. I do a checklist mostly, of which they were not happy or no. You even do checklists to make sure that we comply. So
doing your job.
the smallest things which I was always on calls with one of their managers. No, why are you giving us these things? Because previous auditors they never raised these findings like this. And I wish they don't get it. But I was like I'm not a bad person to you guys. We just want you guys to comply. And because of, so if when RSR comes here and now they are auditing you guys and they see the smallest thing, and then maybe something they say happens within the trains, because it was real, so you guys will get in trouble. And the question which will come in now is, why did internal audit pick it up? So it's things like those ones which now again your managers will like, no, why didn't you say this? So we're not mostly fighting with them. It's just trying to say, this is what you said you do the work. So why are you not following what you said? You said it's part of your work. So it's a very interesting space, rail, of which ever since I've joined, most students, they always ask me, like, how do we get into rail? Because people go to audit firms and everything, but they see me, I've moved from the regulation now to the operator side of things. And now people start to get to
like, how did you do it?
Or no, how is internal auditing within the rail? And like they say sometimes we audit the trains, the stations, because PRASA also have buses, so they will see sometimes you are there with the city-to-city Translux buses, so they get interested, like you guys, you do a lot of things like those ones. So students get to ask me a lot, and I always give them information, like this is what maybe you need to do. So previously there were internship programs which were out, so I advised most of them to apply because of they needed, I think, around 6. So which is a great chance for them to come and learn about rail, because PRASA is very big in a way that you don't only learn about rail, only about property, because they're also into property also, and buses. So it's a quite big organization which you learn a lot. Yeah.
And what has been some of your biggest learning curves when you moved from trainee to junior auditor?
It was working in a big team. Yeah. It's challenging because our group in town already, it's big. Like because we have 4 units within the group, which is internal audit ours, and there's IT audit, there's forensic audit, there's quality assurance. Ours, internal audit, it is the main umbrella of which we are more even there. You find, well, I think we have around 3 managers. Yeah, we have 3. So in my team, we are 3 with 3 auditors. I'm the only junior auditor, and there's 2 auditors, then plus my manager. So you find sometimes we do an audit where I'm working with another auditor, and then the manager, of which it becomes now it brings to that thing of working with other people to collaborate to achieve the same objective. So that's one thing which I can say previously I didn't have that kind of exposure too much of working with other people in a project. So I've done a lot of projects ever since I've arrived where we're a group where they will allocate you these procedures, go and test these things, and then now you guys come back and report again as a team. So I can say these things which it has helped me to work well with people because of there's also now working people, they have different ways of working, and now also even the manager also, they have different ways of how they do things, because I've moved around with different managers. Everyone, they have their own way of supervising you, reviewing the work, and how they prefer things.
Okay. And then you're currently pursuing your master's in auditing. Just tell us a bit about that. How's the stress level? What's it about? Yeah.
The master's, it's about readiness and maturity of state-owned internal audit functions in adopting artificial intelligence. So basically here, what the gap which I've seen is that within the public sector, where I am, especially the state-owned entities, because I've compared the national departments and also the state-owned, where I've seen, okay, for me to be able to do this study, public sector, entities, they're the ones which they're a bit ahead with technology infrastructure, and we can be able to see if public sector it's ready to incorporate this technology of AI. So that's why I've choose that one, so that we're able to see audit functions, are they ready and mature to use this technology within their methodology. So on the masters, it's what I'm focusing on, because there's different elements which we look at the readiness and the maturity at the PhD level, because I want to continue to do PhD on the same topic, but now I want to look at what do you call it? It's the continuous using AI in continuous cybersecurity. Where now I want to look at now that okay, I choose cybersecurity because of I love more of IT things. One reason most I always try and incorporate IT within the research. So I did a thorough research now where I need to go to add is basically 3 things. We're adding AI, we're adding cybersecurity, we're adding now internal auditing. So it means when you're putting all these 3 things, you must understand how each and everything work, how now they combine with auditing. That was the main reason. So I'm just doing a short research just to continue from the masters when we get there. So when we get there, I want to produce a framework. Now this framework, it will be able to guide from what we have been doing on the masters to check the readiness and the maturity. But now this side now, we must also incorporate the implementation now of now we are ready, we are mature, but how do we implement it? So I chose the cybersecurity space because of there's a lot of cyber attacks on organizations. That's why I've choose that space. But I do have love for the other side of internal audit education, which it becomes difficult. I don't know which one should I prioritize, because I want to do a PhD also within that space. Because something, I think we had a mini discussion about something related to that, where I want to see. I've seen there's a gap within South Africa in terms of training of internal auditors, which I see that we are not at the same level where public sector is doing their thing, private sector is doing their thing. There's no uniform way of assessing young internal auditors or entry level. If I'll make an example for you, if you look at SAICA, the one for CAs, they have a uniform program for CAs, of which in internal auditing we don't have.
Yeah.
Everyone is doing their own thing in private and public sector. So that's one of the things which I was interested in to do a PhD in that, to develop a framework where now we look at training for internal auditors in South Africa. So which my wish on is to present the framework to the boards, the IIA SA board, or no, they look, because I've seen they don't really pay much. Because I always ask sometimes when there's events or what is IIA doing on in terms of a formalized training program for internal auditors, but there's no like a prom. That's what now I was like, no, maybe one should do something like that and get the buy-in from the IIA SA.
And you can make a difference. A change. Okay. And then I want to know your thoughts on mentorship. How do you think maybe CAEs or people that are higher up can help to support people like you that are just starting out in their careers in internal auditing? What do you think of the support that they can give? What impact do you think it can make when people higher up start supporting and maybe mentoring juniors?
I would say how I can put it is from the side, because since I'm part of the Pretoria region, what we try to do to bridge a gap was last year we introduced a mentorship program for the region. Now it's already running now, where now we're looking at, we must start with the students from while they are still within university to give them that mentorship, so that when they leave the university, they at least have something when they get to corporate. Now, because of you will have maybe a manager you're allocated to, so now this person at least they should be able to guide you to see what you can do. Where I can say, if sometimes you can be fortunate and get CAEs which they are open-minded. So I can, for me, I can say I was happy when I was at RSR. I got the CAE there, Miss Malrata Kekan. She was much person who's open to ideas to support young people, because now I've had the new trainees which came in now. Now they want to introduce this program from IIA, that 2-year, the IIT, of which on our time it was not there. So things which I've suggested to her that they must incorporate this. But now I was happy that even though I'm no longer there, now they want to introduce something like this one. Which it helps the students or trainees. So even at PRASA, the CAE Wonginkosi is one person who is open. If you bring ideas which it benefits young people, is very open. So I can say I've suggested a new program there at PRASA, which soon it's going to be out for it's called Internal Audit Vacation Program, which normally is done by audit firms. But now I've seen a gap, mostly some universities like University of Technology, they don't have that access, because big corporates, they go and recruit at UP, VET, UJ, they neglect this other University of Technology. So that's why I was like, maybe let's try and introduce this at a state entity level, so that we help the students to get inside the profession, to give them insight.
Yeah, I like what you're saying about at least at universities. Because like you said with your story as well, someone at university helped you. At TUT helped you with know about internal auditing and maybe the route you can take. We've got Siakula. I don't know if you know about it. We've got
Yes.
Siakula now that's helping. So I think programs like that would actually help educate and inform students, so that we get more students that are aware about the
Mm.
profession.
Yeah, because
You know.
I can see that time when I was doing my postgrad
Mm,
at TUT, 'cause like I wanted to get in the profession,
mm,
but I was struggling a bit to find proper information.
yeah.
Then I went and looked for a mentor. Her name is Simpiwe Kumalo. She's at PwC. So she's one person that time who gave me so much information. And if there's these events at the IIA, the Joburg region, the Pretoria region,
Mm,
she'll tell me there's these events, they are free. Or when some, if they are not that bad in terms of price, I will go and register and go so that I can get proper information
mm,
also. So I can say some things don't really need to wait for maybe IA or the company to do it for you. Yourself, you can just go out and look for a mentor who can align to what you need to get. You say like now, I want to transition from internal auditing to IT audit. So I've tried to look for people on that space
mm,
to help me to transition. I've got two already, which they've really helped me a lot so far to how to transition to the other side while I'm from internal auditing,
mm,
of which it's helping a lot.
mm, okay. Okay, let's talk about the future now of
Mm.
internal auditing. What excites you the most about the future of the profession? What are you looking forward to?
I can say with the future, I love that now that most organization they are trying to invest in technology to introduce, because some of organizations they're still manual, but they are trying now to at least now to get audit softwares to now move from doing the work manually. Now you do everything on the system. So it's something which I'm happy about that one. Also, we are moving from manual to automation, which is good, and also um doing these things of samples. Now you are moving away from doing a manual the sampling, but now there's data analytics, which now it helps you now to work around on a full sample base. Not now you go and sample.
Mm,
These things which I can say I love the transition where we're going now, where like it's going to help over a lot now, where now there's AI again now,
yeah.
which it makes it much easier for you now
Mm,
again when there's more technologies are being introduced to make it easier for internal auditors to do their work.
And do you think things like that will help make the profession more attractive to the younger generation? You know, something that they might want to do because now technology is involved in AI, etc. Do you think it'll help uh
Mm.
with more younger the youth
Yeah,
following the profession?
yeah. I think one of the best thing which before we even get to the profession,
Mm,
the universities themselves, if they can invest in getting technologies to use while teaching the students,
mm,
or wanted to make it easier. So I'll make an example for you at TUT. TUT, they've invested in this system called High Bond.
mm,
So where you learn about audit in an automated way, where you use the system and also you use manual also. So of which now when I left TUT, I can say they gave me everything I need to use in corporate. So of which I was ready. Like their motto, it says, it's about building well-rounded graduates.
mm,
Which I can say when I get to RSR, I know what to do. No one could teach me how to do
You had the
notification data.
basics.
Yes, because of they gave us everything, how to audit manually, how to audit in a system. So I can say if universities start to invest in those things on teaching, it's going to be good a lot. So that when you get to corporate, now you don't struggle now with the technologies of from them.
Yeah. So let's talk about your award now. So last year, it was last year, né? You won the Young Internal Auditor of the Year. So what has that recognition mean to you? What has it done for your career? Yeah. Just being recognized. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, no,
Just
I can
explain.
see. Most people they've got to recognize. You'll find maybe I always get invited a lot in things to motivate the students. There was another time I was invited at an event when at the Val and also at CPUT. So there was some events there where it was just for the students to explain one of the profession and how did you get to win the award and all the things which I do which made me to win the award. So I had to explain to them or no, like the criteria is very long. If you go and look at the criteria of what the judges they look at, because you have a competition a lot. Because I remember 2023 I was a finalist. So when I went back last because I've been involved with the committee, so that's when I sat down and I was like, no, okay, what did I do right last time? So I started to bring more things to the profession for the students.
Okay. So do you was it worth it? Is it worthwhile in applying for these awards? Just showing your work and sharing what you've done. Would you encourage other members or professionals
Yeah, I can
to
say
enter such awards?
I can say it's worth it. So because they can grill you. Last year I didn't even think people would win. I remember
What's your character?
last year at the interviews, Lusanda grilled me. Because she asked me a lot of questions about things which add value within the profession. Because she was asking, there's other people who have been interviewed for this award. So what makes you want to be the best out of the ones which we are interviewing? So what make you stand out? Which makes you feel like this year you deserve to win it? So I had to talk about things which I've done and things which the value, also my study which I'm doing. So I also I needed to also to explain to them that the gap which I've seen on the profession also, which I want to add value with this study. So I was looking at different things which you are adding value back to the profession. Also, because most things is about adding value to the profession. Most of them.
And so you're also part of the Pretoria Regional Committee. Why do you think it's important for members or young professionals such as yourself to join committees like this? And join conversations that shape the profession. Why would you say it's important?
I think it's very important because of when you look back then, the committee, it was just about people who are working. It was not a balanced now, where now they can introduce maybe students or early graduates to bring some fresh mind to the committee. So it's much important when you bring fresh minds now that, because also if you put at least young people inside there, you also attract even the younger ones, which now when they look at, there's that one who's young there on the committee. And now when the committee do activities, they get inspired, or okay, they also want to join and bring more ideas. So that's what now I've seen the committee. On the committee now we're 3, the young people, which I can say they've done well, because the new co-opted one on the committees too, of which they're doing well on the programs for the university, which I can say going forward on this new calendar, you'll go to see a lot of changes on the universities, on the programs which we are introducing for the students.
Okay. All right, that's great. And then What's the one thing you wish every internal auditor would remember about the work that you do?
I can say I'm one person who I love giving back to and assisting. So most I can say if you are within the space of internal auditing and you have acquired more experience, knowledge, so I feel like it's very important to come back to the universities and give back because of I've seen most students, they're very confused. They don't know much about the field because there's a lot of careers within the field which students they don't know about. You can be an internal auditor who specializes about data analytics. They don't know such things. So if people come to universities when we do this career days and give back information, it can do well to inspire young people or no. There's not just about compliance auditors. There's more underlining careers which they can go and specialize in.
Okay. And what's the one advice you'd give to students or young professionals that are thinking of coming into the internal audit profession?
The ones which are still in
Yeah, maybe university, maybe they haven't decided. Or maybe professionals that are doing something else but are thinking about going into internal audit. What's the one or two advice that you would give them?
maybe okay, I'll start with the one on university. Is that before you leave on the university, number one, do a background in terms of what are you interested in the field. Or at least once you know what you're interested in, it becomes easy because of you go and look the kind of mentor who suits what you want. And then when you get into the profession, that person will help you now to to move up the ranks properly because they will be able to mentor you properly. So another thing I can say to the other ones is at least people, as I've seen people who are from the other profession, they want to come in or want to, just to do a thorough background research also about the profession, the kind of companies you want to work to. Because now when I left TUT, I knew, okay, the only place I want to be mostly is within the state-owned entities. Because I have seen, audit firms, I cannot survive though. The environment is, I've seen with my friends, they're always crying on WhatsApp or on a posting about, or they don't have a life. They'll sleep around 2 a.m., around 5 they're up. I'm like, that life I cannot go.
It's not for you.
Yeah, so it's best for me to, I love in-house internal auditing. It gives you a lot of exposure to understand the internal auditing than when you're in consulting where you move from one organization to another. They're like, those guys are like consulting people, construction people. Or when you are done with the project here, you move. Or when, but here in-house, there's continuity. Or when you are able to see maybe a gap on the new financial year, those things you go and improve. Or when from there. That's what I love about in-house internal audit function. So at least if someone can go and do a research about in-house and also consulting, and then you ask people within the both on how is the environment between the two, and then that's when you're gonna decide, okay, I wanna be in-house, I wanna be depending on the kind of person you are to understand the environment. If you feel like maybe if you're a lazy person and you cannot go and work extra hours and weekends you want to go out and everything. Some of us now I love going out. So it means weekend I want to be out. So when in that space of consulting ish,
It's difficult.
and it's difficult because of your deadlines. They will tell you, this is our clients. So that's the advice I can say. You must choose.
For both students and professionals.
Yeah.
You said for students and professionals.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then any final thoughts, anything you want to say to your fellow peers who are within the internal audit profession, as we celebrate Youth Month, any words you want to tell them?
I think the advice was I always get DMs on LinkedIn and TikTok, because most students always they cry about going on the field. It's difficult. So one of the modules are difficult and all that. So now I can just advise them is that if something you are passionate about it, and you know this is what I want to, where I want to be, so you stick to what you want to do, and you have a plan. Or okay, this is my plan how to get in there, and you work within the plan. Okay, how do I navigate the plan? So that's one of the things which on the mentorship program I've introduced, to have a development goal of an okay, this is, I have like my 12 months goals, I have my 3 year goals, I have my 5 year goals of an, so that's things which my mentor make me to have when she mentored me. Then I introduce it now when I'm mentoring the students. Well, no, at least you can have this and work around that of an, you'll be able to know where you are going within the field, because sometimes you have hiccups, but you must just know that it's possible. Other people have done it, and you can also do it.
And yeah, since you're talking about goals, where to from here for you? Like, what are your plans for 5 years, 10 years? Where do you see yourself?
As I've said within when we were discussing, I'm passionate about IT, which is I love the cybersecurity space. So cybersecurity audit, it's where I want to go and specialize to become a cybersecurity auditor or a specialist, and also an auditor who specializes on AI, because I'm researching about AI. So I want to specialize about AI and also cybersecurity. That's the things which I want to go and deep inside.
Okay. All right. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us, and for representing the next wave and talent in the internal audit. Wishing you all the best for your future. It's been great having you. Yeah. It's been a pleasure to have you on our show. We're looking forward to seeing you doing great things.
Yeah, there's always things which always, wherever I go, I always live with something which I've left the people with. And so with the region, I've introduced a lot of things, which even when I'm no longer part of the committee, there must be continuation, and other people must bring more things. Same applies with PRASA, with the vacation week, which I saw a gap on that. So I'm one person who love bringing new things to the team.
Okay, thank you so much. That brings us to the end of our episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, stay inspired, stay curious, and keep shaping the future of the internal audit profession. Bye.